Hi everyone, and today we are going to cover Assessment Criteria 3.4, describe how digital communication tools can be effectively coordinated to enhance customer experience. During this session we're going to look at web pages, microsites, blogs, portals, links, email marketing and SMS marketing. Before we start that, we're just going to have a brief run through how you can use digital communication tools to enhance customer experience. So what does it mean to provide a good customer experience for your business? Essentially, you need to be able to provide a seamless experience across all digital platforms. In a consumer's mindset, digital is fast-paced and it needs to be integrated within their life. And very often they have very high expectations about what they expect to be delivered. And too often their expectations are disappointed, causing a level of irritation that could be prevented. The irritating digital business and organisation, because consumers rely so much on the web and mobile apps for entertainment and efficiencies, they expect their tools to work and very often get quite irritated whenever digital solutions don't work for them, which can cause a lot of problems for businesses and organisations. More and more customers are seeking contextual and proactive digital interactions. They want to have a good personal experience instead of organisations overwhelming them with information. They want to have things like video, imagery, content that's easier to digest. And customers stop listening to anything communicated with them unless they find it relevant. And as a consequence, it means that all of the digital marketing that you undertake needs to be completely customer focused. So this pie chart here shows the major reason for consumers' irritation in relation to digital communications from their service provider. And as you can see, there is a high amount of people who would find that they're irritated whenever content is not relevant to them. In terms of digital behaviour, you can see here how people spend their time, particularly with smartphones. Quite a lot of that time is spent on entertainment and social media, so being able to infiltrate that time with your marketing message can be quite a challenge for businesses. So the digital customer ecosystem. Through digital solutions, consumers expect organisations to play a greater role in their lives, not just at the moments of transactions. So they want to be entertained, they want to learn more about you in different mediums. They expect their service provider to understand their lives and to support them in making complex decisions instead of making things more difficult. All too often, people are very quick to give off across social media channels when something is not working for them. Customers don't want to become an expert in who is actually responsible for a specific part of a service or who is at fault. They just want the service to work. So use digital solutions to simplify the customer experience. That needs to be completely at the centre of all the digital marketing that your organisation does. Customers are embracing digital and we need to be there to support them. In reality, however, their digital experience is often inconsistent with what they would experience in other places, which provides us the opportunity to provide better customer service. Consistency of the digital experience across these different channels, communicating to customers in a timely method will mean that they have a seamless customer or a seamless digital experience. So coordination of digital communication tools to enhance the customer experience. According to Forrester, there is so much communication channels out there, and in a very competitive market, it does mean that there's a greater focus on enhancing customer experience. It is far more important to create a better multi-channel user experience through unlocking integration, which really means everything needs to work together to provide a consistent digital experience across multiple channels for your customer. So this is just an infographic on customer-centric content, and as you can see, as the customer goes through their online journey, there's lots of different touch points that they will meet along the way, and this is the opportunity that marketeers have to infiltrate into this busy ecosystem. So the first thing is to get visible. Marketeers need to ensure that their message is visible to the consumer, and this can be done through organic search, paid search, display adverts, social media and mobile marketing. And then it's about getting social. users' ratings and reviews, blogs, polls on site, the customer wants to get social. They need to be able to find out information about you, not necessarily stuff that you tell them, but perhaps what other people are saying about you. The customer then needs to be able to get in touch, and this probably could be done by email, social, or through personalization. They also want to get engaged, and as a marketeer, you need to be able to provide those engagement methods through things like rich media, context driven marketing, so making sure that you're speaking to them at the right place at the right time, and that particularly involves mobile as well. And then the final part of the customer journey is conversion, making sure that the customer can navigate through the digital ecosystem and ultimately convert. And whether that be a sales inquiry for you in a B2B situation, or it could be a customer transaction, it could be registering for a newsletter or your online blog, it could be signing up for a membership, or it could be simply getting in touch with you about a customer care. So it's very important that all the digital marketing touch points are thought about and that they become customer centric to ensure that you're delivering the best possible digital marketing that you can. So how do we do this? There's multiple what we used to call e-tools that you can, but obviously a website is a key point of contact for your customer, and websites are pretty much the cornerstone of internet activity, no matter whether it's a B2B, B2C or not-for-profit. And websites don't have to be transactional. They can be information orientated, or they can be a full e-commerce platform. But websites generally split into two categories: product orientated websites, which are aimed to provide product or service based information, and this could be in the form of a brochure site or a sales site, and the ultimate goal of these sites could be just to fill out a contact form, or it could be to actually purchase online. And then you have the corporate oriented website, which aims at providing information about a company, so about a brand, financial data, job opportunities, anything that is really about the organisation. So just to give you some examples, this is the Dell website, and it is very predominantly a product oriented website. As you can see, all of the branding points and calls to action are centered around products, promotion of products, and finding out more about products. This is an example of a corporate site. So Coca-Cola, it's a large brand. They don't actually sell online, but they do have a website which gives you access to lots of information about their company, their stakeholders, the products and services that they sell, the history of the organisation, news, and contact details. Microsites. So microsites are effectively a mini website, and often companies will create a microsite for a short period of time. So it could be a promotional specific, or it could be something like a competition. Creating a separate site avoids difficulty in directing traffic from, say, one site to another, and can be a less expensive way to set something up quickly that you want to support a marketing campaign. They generally have a short lifespan and are very tactical in the sense that traffic is being driven there for one specific purpose. So just to give you an example of a microsite, this is actually the Walker's Spell and Go website, which is their current marketing promotion. They are driving traffic to this site from TV adverts, newspaper, social media, and physical packets of crisps. So basically you have to buy a packet of crisps, get the code, go to the website and enter it in to try and win a holiday. So it's a microsite that is created specifically orientated around a marketing campaign. Blogs. So we've talked about blogs a little bit previously during our social media session. So blogs are obviously a web blog, and they're commonly used for personal online diaries, although a lot of brands now and companies are using blogs to share their opinion, to provide a platform for thought leadership. They become a very straightforward way for creating a web presence. So a blog can be set up quite quickly and easily, and you can publish online frequently. And the quality of blogs vary throughout the web. So I'm just going to show you two little examples. This is What I Wore Today, which was a blog started by a girl called Poppy, and she decided as her New Year's resolution that every day she would post a picture of what she was wearing, and she started this blog. That was probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and now it's one of the biggest fashion blogs in the world. She receives front row tickets to London Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, and she's really built her career around this blog, What I Wore Today. And she actually now has got a full-time job, and she's actually got a team of bloggers who work for her. Another example of a blog would be Social Media Examiner. This is a B2B orientated blog. It's a blog that I read very regularly, and I would recommend it to any of you. It is primarily around social media marketing. It's a thought leadership blog where the aim of it is to provide knowledge to digital marketeers. It's a great blog and one that I would thoroughly recommend. Portals. So a web portal is often designed as a way of bringing multiple pieces of information together. So quite often these are used for consumer information to bring things together easily into one place. So a good example of a website that is a portal is gov.uk. So it's basically where you can self-serve and find out anything about any government services that are available to you. So that would be an example of a portal website. So website links. Links are very important online. They're a cornerstone of digital marketing activity. So there's multiple ways in which you use links in digital marketing. In its most basic form, a link is a form of advertising on a website where if you click on it, it will take you through to another website. Sponsored links are used in paid adverts. So in our advertising week, we looked at paid ads, and obviously each paid ad has a link that sits behind it that you click on to travel to another website. Link building is also a very key part of search engine optimization, where you have websites that are linking to one another, and this is very valuable content. Link bait is where people are naturally linking from one website to another, or within a website where you're able to navigate from one topic to another. So we're going to move on now to talk about email marketing. And this is quite a big topic, so you will be required to do some extended reading around this. But when it comes to email marketing, there are two key characteristics associated with this. First, it's capable of being targeted at clearly defined target groups and individuals. And second, the email message can be personalised to refine meet the needs of the individuals. So organisations need to manage two key dimensions of email communications: outbound and inbound email. So when we're talking about outbound email, we're talking about email sent by a company. So often this is part of a direct marketing campaign designed to persuade the recipients to visit a website, to take a trial, or to make a purchase. And you also then have inbound emails. So the inbound dimension concerns the management of email communications received from customers and other stakeholders. So some email statistics. 63% of UK consumers prefer to receive marketing via email rather than other channels, such as social media and direct mail. 35% of UK consumers want to see fewer emails from brands, and 34% want less repetition of the same message. 54% of UK businesses use email, saying is a very important to them strategically. So email marketing isn't dead. We often have this debate in work, and I certainly see it with a lot of my clients, is that email marketing is becoming more and more important as for marketeers. But in order to achieve email success, it needs to be more and more targeted and relevant to your customer. So why market via email? Well, quite simply, it's the best form of direct marketing if done properly. It is a hot topic amongst marketeers, but not always for the right reasons. 88% of marketeers expect email marketing effectiveness to increase in the next 3 years. It's fast, inexpensive and flexible, and it allows you to create brand awareness, retention, acquisition and loyalty. Email marketing can really be used at any stage of the customer journey, which allows you the ability to communicate with a varied audience. But as part of that, it needs to not just be a blanket message, it needs to be tailored specifically to the customer and the particular part of their customer journey. It is a very good measurable form of marketing. It can be personalised to create relevance and value, and it is a very good website traffic generator. So this table here shows that UK businesses are seeing increasing returns on email marketing. So you'll see there, this is from last year, and you can see how much return on investment companies are seeing from email marketing and how that has changed from 2012 to 2014. So this table here shows the areas UK companies want to focus on with their email marketing. So you can see there that most companies are looking at strategy and campaign planning, and 26% of companies are looking at automated campaigns. Segmentation is also important, and measurement and analytics. If you're focusing on those key things with email marketing, then you will see email marketing success. So the benefits of email marketing. It is a relatively low cost for fulfillment, and quite a lot of email software is in fact free, and the physical costs of emails are substantially less than things like direct mail. There's also the direct response that email marketing has, particularly with the increased usage of things like smartphones, where emails really are at the touch of a button and are being carried around in people's hands all the time. It is very good for building relationships, brand engagement and audience participation. And it can be fully integrated as part of your website strategy, as part of your social media strategy. One other benefit of email marketing is it's very quick to deploy. Lead times for producing creative for a direct mail campaign will be much longer than actually pulling together an email marketing campaign. But there are some challenges and opportunities, or some challenges with email marketing. So one of the main challenges are that broadcast email is increasingly ineffective. And what we mean by broadcast is a mass email, one mass email with one message that's maybe going out to a large bulk list. A lack of relevance and targeting will always result in lower response rates. One other challenge with email marketing is that spam filters are becoming increasingly sophisticated, and I see this day in day out with Gmail. Now that they have a promotions tab, quite a lot of email marketing activity won't actually reach an inbox. It'll probably be siphoned off either into junk mail or into promotional tabs. So it's very important to ensure that your email is designed with this in mind. Often I also see the challenges with email marketing is the email doesn't even look like the website. It's really important that it is consistent, that your email marketing is consistent with the look and feel of your web, look and feel of your social media, and that everything is succinct. Another challenge is the lack of behavioural data means repeat failure. So that means we're not understanding what people are doing. If I see that a particular customer is not clicking on an email or is clicking on an email, then what is the next action that comes after that? Because the person who's not clicked on it, there's no point in sending them a follow-up email if they haven't seen the first one, for example. And too often, marketeers aren't looking and understanding behavioural data in order to improve their email marketing. Limited integration with analytics tools and trends not being identified. It's a really big challenge when you have separate email marketing software and you're not looking at that data alongside perhaps things like your website analytics, or you don't track web traffic coming from email marketing, and it just falls into a category like direct mail or direct traffic. So it is really important to make sure those things are synced up. Most marketers do not employ best practice. Email marketing does fall under Data Protection and Privacy Act, so it is really important that you follow the latest guidance on data protection and privacy when it comes to email marketing, or you could end up getting yourself into a lot of trouble and getting blacklisted. And with the final challenge, inadequate timing, frequency and tardiness. If you're going to do email marketing, you need to have a strategy. Sending out sporadic emails, one-offs, it's a very disjointed, and you won't see the results. Emails that are too frequent can cause problems, and emails that are too infrequent can also cause problems. So it is very important to have a clear strategy and plan when it comes to email marketing. But there are lots of opportunities. It is a really powerful tool, and that can be a really good way to build a comprehensive customer profile. Lots of email marketing software now has behavioural data inbuilt, so you can understand what your customer does. Some email marketing will even have the ability for you to understand where someone went on your website after coming in from an email, which is invaluable information whenever you're trying to understand your customer journey. The best email lists are your own, so there is a massive opportunity to build the data of your existing customers, monitor what people are doing, how popular email marketing messages are, track individual responses and what they do after they visit your email. Using advanced analytics allows you to understand so much about your customer that you can then target and segment your email communications, and you can even build that in to your other marketing like your social media. So having a data strategy is an integral part of email marketing, and it is very good at measuring your return on investment. So how do you build an audience? First of all, your audience list must have integrity, and what we mean by that is it needs to be your own data. Try to avoid buying lists where possible. Although it can be a good way to open up into a new market, you will always have a lower response rate from a list that is bought rather than a list that is your own. Maximise your opt-in opportunities. Make sure that you have an email sign up on your website, on your social media. Give your audience the opportunity to segment themselves, so ask them what they're interested in or what they want to hear from you about, and make sure that you stick to it. If your customer said to you, I only want to hear about your shoes or your tops or the dresses on your website, then it's not going to be relevant for you to send them information about kids wear or sports gear. It's got to be relevant for them. Generally, your own list is cheaper, it's better quality, and it adds value to your business. So don't be afraid to ask customers for their email addresses. Ask them to segment themselves and tell them why you want to know that information. Amazing creatives are wasted if you don't consider the audience. Having a really slick looking email is not going to be good if it doesn't have the right message and it doesn't even reach your audience. Keep registration simple. Make sure that you're always just asking for an email first. Get the email first. You can always go back out after that and ask them to segment themselves or to give you more information. So improving the likelihood of sign up. Make sure that you're asking people for their specific interests. Communicate the value of signing up. Make sign up prominent on the website. Indicate that what sign up means. It means early notifications. It could mean promotions. Integrate sign-ups into competitions. So if you have a competition and people have to give their email address, they usually don't mind if there's some sort of incentive for it. Include past emails as examples so they can say, oh, what am I signing up for? Oh, right, okay, I'm going to get a newsletter once a month that tells me what's going on in the industry. I'm happy with that, I'll sign up. And also you need to be able to allow people to modify their subscriptions. You need to be able to allow people to easily unsubscribe, and you need to ensure that you're covering off all data protection and privacy requirements for holding on to that customer's data. So segmentation. Emails that are segmented generally will give you a far better return on investment, and adapting the message to a specific audience will increase conversions. So there's lots of different ways that you can segment, but some of the key ways are by demographic, by profile information, by email and website activity, and by their buying activity. So to look at that in a little bit more detail, you could segment frequent customers, you could segment to like holiday only customers, new customers, one-time customers, lapsed customers, discount customers, recent customers, subscribers that click but don't buy, non-responders, or people by browsing behaviour. And to give you a quick example of this, we had been sending a blast email out that was geographically based. So we were sending emails out to everybody who lived in Dublin or Cork or Galway for the Irish Greyhound Board. They were offering their restaurant packages to everyone who subscribed to their newsletter who lived in those areas. And we had a really good open rate. You know, we had a steady growth in the email lists from each section, and we were getting quite a good amount of sales off the back of it. But what we wanted to do was to really delve into the data and increase the sales from one particular demographic. So we sent out an email with 2 or 3 different offers. One was a family offer, one was a couple offer, and one was a group offer. And what we started to do was we started to segment our data based on what people clicked on. So if someone clicked on the family offer, we tagged them in our database as being interested in family. Same for couples, same for groups. So then the next month what we did was we designed a family specific email, and we only sent it to people who had clicked on the previous family orientated offer, and we doubled our click-through rate and we doubled our open rate, because it was so segmented, and it was completely tailored to that specific audience. The subject line was tailored, the creative was tailored, the offer was tailored, and people were able to just go click through and buy, and it really worked. And it's just a very simple example of how segmentation can improve email marketing. So the email marketing anatomy, how emails are made up. You need to retain your brand image in an email. It needs to be consistent with what you have on your website, and contain the main message at the start of the email. I always say this is a good trick, especially if you're doing a B2B marketing, because if someone doesn't open the email, they still can see it in Outlook in their preview panel, or even in some other email clients. So it is important to get your message there straight away, because even if they don't have time to open it or to click on, they may have already ingested your message. And don't make emails complicated. Make them very specifically designed and not just to look like a replica of your website. Short subject lines, 50 characters, also work really well. So subject lines should be succinct, not clever or misleading. Get to the point really quickly. Use the preview panel again, just to communicate your main message, and make sure that your tone of your email is written according to your audience. And avoid lengthy messages. Keep it concise and relevant. We've been looking at a recent strategy called the holistic email marketing approach. And what it involves is keep it the simple message and keep it one click orientated. Don't give the user too much. Ask them to explore more on your website. So ensure that the copy is relevant. Personalization is really key. You have all this information. Dear Catherine is going to be far more appealing to me than dear customer. Ensure that you have a consistent from and reply address in your email, so that customers can easily see who it's coming from and who they can reply to. And avoid repetitions. Space is at a premium on email, so make sure that it is succinct. So I've got two examples of email marketing here. The first one is Expedia. And it's a newsletter style email, so you can see it's very similar to the look and feel of their website. They have nice imagery, a clear book button, and a very clear offer right in the middle of their email. And on the right hand side there, this is ASOS abandoned cart email. So this is an automatic email that goes out if you leave something in your cart. So very nice, nice tone of language, very, very simple. Again, brand replica, the look and feel of the website, and it's pulling in very specifically the information that is related to that individual person. So what I left in my basket. So when you're sending an email, there's lots of things to make sure that you remember to do. Email is all about testing. Test, test, and test again before you before you send your email. Test it to lots of different email clients. Test that the design doesn't go into spam. Ensure that you have a relevant, intriguing subject line. In fact, most email marketing software will allow you to split test your subject line. So you could send 20% of your email to two groups, test two subject lines, and then send the additional 80% of your email list to the subject line that performs the best. Initiate a spam test. Again, most email software providers will provide you the ability to run your email through a spam test, and include a multivariance testing if available. So testing things like moving buttons slightly or the colour of something will allow you to continually learn about the deliverability, the open rate, and how successful your email marketing is. And the time and day of the week, test that as well. We often find that people will open emails at different times of the day. Now with smartphones, people generally open them within sort of 5 minutes to half an hour of receiving them. So don't be sending emails out at 2 o'clock in the morning. Try to think of a time in the day where your user, your target audience, is likely to be available to open that communication and read your email. Make sure that you analyse the impact of email. Email marketing usually does come with analytics, so it is really important to look at that. Ensure that your email marketing is integrated with your website analytics so that you can see how email marketing drives traffic to your website. Look at things like extended trackability. Is it possible to track behaviour on the website from your email marketing software? Set goals for your target audience. So if it is an email that is direct, as like that Expedia one, which was £20 off, that had a promo code, then set that against looking at the sales that come in specifically from that email. Look at your email open rates, look at the click rates and the click-through rate. What are the most popular links that were clicked on in your email? And what, if known, was the subsequent user journey after they went on your email to your website? On an e-commerce website, make sure that you monitor sales volume that come from email, and make sure also that you're looking at things like soft and hard bounces. Your email software will tell you most of these statistics. A soft bounce is where you've attempted to send an email but it didn't get delivered, and that could be because your recipient's email inbox is full, or that there could be another, or that their server didn't let the email go through. A hard bounce is usually if there was an error with the email. So you should be going through and cleansing your email marketing list based on the information that you get back from your email software. And make sure that you're looking at behaviour analysis. There is a massive differentiation between intelligent and broadcast emails. Looking at segmentation, understanding what people do, will allow you to refine your email marketing and ensure that you have better success. Using the intelligence that you've developed, that you've gathered from all your email marketing, will allow you to make sure that you can continue to grow. So look at who, look at when, look at why. Implement a process or strategy to analyse your data. Try several different groups and test campaigns and analyse the results. Look at your conversion based on how you have applied segmentation and see if this has made a difference to your goals. On subscribers, as mentioned earlier, you do always have to give, legally you have to give your users the ability to unsubscribe, and you need to ensure that you're meeting data protection and privacy laws. But listen to your unsubscribers. Ask them why they don't want to hear from you. Maybe they actually just want less emails, or maybe they don't want that information, or perhaps they've just changed their email address. Ask them why they don't want to hear from you anymore so that you can really understand. And this will give you give you further options. So give them alternatives. Okay, they want to unsubscribe, but would they like to sign up for your RSS feed? Would they like to follow you on Twitter, become a fan on Facebook, or perhaps they want to go old school and sign up for a catalogue? So email marketing is a very important digital marketing channel, and it also interacts very well with other channels. So we're just going to discuss quite quickly email marketing and social media. So social media provides a really good opportunity to build your email marketing list. It provides the ability for you to link things together and to allow people to share from email to social and from social to email. So lots of top tips on email marketing. Make sure you sell your email program. Tell customers and show them what they can expect. Ask them what they want, and make sure that you're communicating with them what they're interested in. Welcome them. Use this email marketing automation. Welcome people to your email. Send them things like, or when they complete a contact form, send them a thank you. Make sure that you're communicating with them the whole way through that process. Ask them to update their profile. The more you know about them, the better you can communicate with them. Reward them for signing up, whether that's through social media, through a competition or some sort of an incentive, and introduce them to your offering. So always make sure you introduce them to what they should expect to see and hear from you. So 3 measures of email marketing success. 3 key measures are the delivery rate. So this concerns the deliverability of the message into the inbox. So if you have a list of 100 people and the deliverability rate is 100%, that means 100% of people receive that email. normally you should be looking at a deliverability rate of 90% plus, and that will largely come down to the quality of your list. If the list is poor quality, your deliverability will be poor. The open rate is the amount of people who actually will open the email, and this is really important to understand if they are receiving it in the right place, so in their inbox as opposed to the junk mail or promotion tab. And the click-through rate is the amount of people who click on your email to access your website, and that is determined by the amount of clicks divided by the amount of people who opened it. So here's some benchmark statistics on open rates and click-through rates. So this is from MailChimp May 2016. There is a link in your notes that will take you through to the page on the MailChimp website, which will actually break this down by industries. But I have just pulled out those statistics by company size. So you can see there that the open rate sort of varies between 20 and 23%, and the click-through rate sits around an average of 2.5%. So those are good things to bear in mind, or even to compare against your current email marketing statistics, so you can see how successful your efforts are. So there are some more bits of information on email marketing, so I've put some useful resources there that you might want to look up, and also you'll have your core reading on email marketing as well. So the last part of today's session is around SMS. So we have covered this a little bit in the mobile marketing section, but I am just going to go into a little bit more detail because SMS marketing is becoming more and more popular. With the increase of smartphones and mobile marketing, it has allowed a lot of marketeers to adopt this platform for marketing. And it's very good for push messages, subscription texts, Bluetooth marketing, and AdWords for mobile. So the advantages of SMS marketing: the personal nature of the mobile phones and people having smartphones on them all the time makes SMS marketing very powerful because it's very instant, and it means that you can really interrupt people, communicate with them quite quickly. People tend to read virtually every text they get, unlike junk email, so it does mean that it's quite hard to ignore your message. But there are some disadvantages. Your message has to be short, so you don't have much space to get a lot of campaign information across, for example. So you need to be strategic in what you're using SMS marketing for. It could be quick reminders or to push through to find out more about an offer or promotion. People often respond negatively to unwanted text, so make sure that again that you're complying with privacy and data protection. And also users can get quite wary of responding to SMS because there can be quite a lot of fraudulent SMSs out there, and they don't want to inadvertently subscribe to something that's going to be charged to their mobile phone bill. So you do need to be very clear about what your SMS marketing strategy is. So effective ways to gain increased sales using bulk SMS. Start a text club. A lot of people find that ask the customer what they prefer. Do they prefer to be communicated to by text or by email? It's quite simple to ask. Keep customers informed during the order process. This has proved to dramatically increase repeat orders and positive word of mouth. I particularly love it whenever I get a text saying that my order has been delivered or it's on its way. I just think it's nice for the customer to know that they're being communicated at every step in the journey. So text also allows you to advertise, so allowing people to respond to you by text, and making sure that you're contacting customers who maybe you haven't heard from a while is a good opportunity with text as well. Follow-up sales is also really good, so making sure that you send them a text to say thank you for your business, or if you need anything else, let me know. And those are the kind of things that just really kind of provide that extra level of customer support. So that's the end of today's session. Thank you very much.